Hello ladies, thank you for joining me today. My name is Mandy and this is My Mandy Yoga, and each week we've been working on a pose of the week, and this week we're going to work on our Warrior One. And so to start, you don't necessarily need a mat, but it's kind of nice to have something that's going to keep you from slipping, and no shoes would be helpful here as well. Again, that stickiness is going to be helpful here. And we'll find our way up towards the top part of our mat, and we'll find feet at hip width apart. And bring hands in front of our heart just to begin. Take a moment for a little bit of pause and reflection with our breath. Maybe closing your eyes. Maybe just noticing your feet for the first time today, or maybe your posture, or just your breath. Always good to connect with our breath. How we feel our breath moving in and out. And how just bringing our attention to our breath changes how we feel. And sometimes it's our first opportunity to slow down whenever we take a moment to notice our breath. We'll start to bring our hands to our hips. And we're going to keep, so if you kind of feel on your hips, you can kind of feel these two bony points. And we're going to keep those facing forward throughout this pose. So take your hands. So I have my thumbs just behind me, the rest of my hands just kind of right at my hips. And when you're ready, we'll start to take the right foot for a step back. And it can be a pretty big step back, doesn't need to be your biggest, and we'll take the foot back about a 45-degree angle. Front knee and ankle is nice and lined up, and you can kind of cheat and look down and kind of notice here. But again, so my hip points are still facing forward, just as they were when I started. And from here, you can just kind of find some strength into your feet. So start to get strong and active into your feet and legs. And we're going to kind of activate a little bit so that we feel like we're kind of drawing the legs inward just a little bit without moving your feet and without shifting the knee right over the ankle, of course. And we're just kind of keeping this whole body nice and active. So then we'll start to draw in our belly muscles and we'll keep on stacking. So I'm going to take my arms just up overhead. So here's one option for our arms to be. Then we can also bring our palms together and maybe interlace all but the pointer finger. Kind of press the palms together as well. Kind of activate into the arms, and then we'll lower the palms down towards the top of our head. They just barely don't need to touch, so when you can kind of feel that presence of your hands above your hairline, that's perfect. And we just kind of stay nice and active and strong here in our Warrior One. We can kind of draw the elbows out so it kind of opens up into the underneath of our arms and into our shoulders. Kind of draws the shoulder blades towards one another a little. We'll start to release and reach the arms back up, and we can bring them back down. You can either go right in front of you. Some of us, it's easier to go to the side. Doesn't matter which one. We'll return our hands to our hips. We'll bring right foot back forward. So start and maybe check down with your feet just to make sure that you're back to this nice tall stance that you began with. And when you're ready, left foot's going to take a big step back. But remember, these two bony points, these two hip points are going to stay right where they are from this standing position. Your left foot takes a big step back. Back foot goes to a 45-degree angle, front knee and ankle nice and stacked here. So active into our legs, belly strong. And once again, you can extend arms up overhead. I'm going to do goddess arms with you this time. So this is the one where we kind of get a little bit stronger and more active into our arms and shoulders. And you can kind of draw the shoulder blades towards one another in this one as well. Fingers even get real strong. So it's kind of like we're flexing, kind of showing off. And we're nice and strong and active into our feet as well. So everything is strong here in our pose. Just a couple of breaths. Maybe just finding a focal point in front of you that you can just gaze at without really noticing at the same time. And we'll slowly start to return our hands back to our hips, and we'll step our left foot forward. So we're back up here, top of our mat once more. So that's our warrior one, and you'll see this pose often in some of the videos that I do with you. It's a great practice. It does so much in toning all of the inner organs of our body, or all of the muscles surrounding the inner organs. It's great for our legs, of course, and it's just a kind of an empowering pose to practice. And this pose can be practiced all 3 trimesters, and I really look forward to practicing this pose with you more into my other videos with my Mandy Yoga. And again, this is our pose of the week. This is our warrior one, and my name is Mandy, and thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.